What if the answers to life's biggest questions aren't found in logic alone, but whispered by a hidden force within? Carl Jung called this force intuition, a compass of the soul, cutting through noise to reveal truths logic can't grasp. More than a gut feeling, Jung saw it as a bridge to the unconscious, a way to decode patterns and possibilities invisible to the rational mind. In this journey, we'll unravel his groundbreaking theory of the 4 types of intuition, how to harness them, and why awakening this inner power could transform how you navigate love, purpose, and the unknown. Ready to see the world and yourself through the eyes of your soul. Intuition is often described as seeing with the soul, a quiet guiding voice that emerges when reason falters. Though universally felt, it remains shrouded in mystery, dismissed by some as an inexplicable gut feeling. Yet Carl Jung, the pioneering psychologist, viewed intuition as a profound mental function, a gateway to our inner wisdom and the subtle rhythms of the world around us. Unlike logic or sensory observation, intuition operates almost instinctually, revealing answers buried in the unconscious and shaping lives unexpectedly. This video dives into Jung's revolutionary insights on intuition, unpacking the 4 distinct forms he identified, methods to cultivate each, and the transformative impact they hold. We'll also explore how to recognize if you're an intuitive type and why embracing this hidden faculty could redefine your path. Let's begin. The first type of intuition we'll discuss is sensing intuition. Sensing intuition is a kind of physical connection to the world around us. It's not just about what we see or hear, it's about picking up on subtle clues in our environment that others might overlook. You might think of it as being in tune with the atmosphere around you. For example, let's say you walk into a room and immediately feel that something's off. Maybe the air feels heavy, or you sense a kind of tension without anyone saying a word. That's sensing intuition at work. You're picking up on subtle, almost invisible cues that signal to you that something isn't right. This form of intuition is often found in people who are deeply connected to their physical environment, like artists, performers, or even people in high-pressure fields who need to read a room quickly. Take actors, for instance. Great actors have to sense the energy of the scene and their fellow actors, reacting in ways that feel genuine and powerful, even if no words are spoken. This type of intuition lets them connect with the emotional undercurrents of a scene, creating something that feels raw and real for the audience. Thinking intuition. Next up, we have thinking intuition. This type of intuition is fascinating because it blends intuition with logic and reason. While it might sound contradictory, thinking intuition helps us jump to conclusions that make sense in hindsight, even if we didn't logically work through every step to get there. It's the type of intuition that helps us solve problems even when we don't have all the facts. Think of it like this. Have you ever had an aha moment when you suddenly knew the answer to a complex problem without knowing exactly how you got there? For example, Sherlock Holmes, the fictional detective, often knows things that seem impossible to guess. He connects the dots instinctively, making leaps that others can't see. In real life, scientists and inventors often rely on this type of intuition. Albert Einstein, for instance, talked about how he trusted his intuition to guide him toward ideas that logic alone couldn't explain. Thinking intuition lets us look at a few scattered details and suddenly understand the bigger picture, which is crucial in fields that require innovation and creativity. Imagine a software developer spotting a bug in their code. They might not have all the details laid out, but their intuition lets them see the potential cause, guiding them to a solution before it's even clear to others. Feeling intuition. Feeling. Intuition is all about understanding emotions, both our own and those of others. People with strong feeling intuition often have an almost empathic ability to sense what others are going through, even if no one's explicitly saying it. It's like being able to tune into the emotional frequency of those around you. Think about a therapist who can sense what a client is feeling, even if the client isn't expressing it outright. Carl Jung himself, in his work with patients, used feeling intuition to connect with them on a deeper level. He didn't just listen to what they said, he tuned into their body language, tone, and even what they were avoiding talking about. This gave him insight into their inner struggles and allowed him to guide them in profound ways. People with strong feeling intuition often find themselves understanding others at a level that can be hard to explain. It's almost like having a sixth sense for emotions, picking up on what lies beneath the surface in relationships. This intuition can create a deeper, more compassionate bond with others, as they're often able to empathize and respond in ways that resonate emotionally. Judging intuition. Finally, we have judging intuition. Judging intuition is all about seeing the big picture. People with strong judging intuition can anticipate future trends, recognize patterns, and understand the broader meaning behind events. It's a kind of intuition that helps leaders, visionaries, and strategists. For example, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple, is often cited as having a strong judging intuition. He had this unique ability to see where technology was going and understand what people would want before they even knew it themselves. Judging intuition is like having an inner compass that helps you see beyond the immediate moment and plan for the future. In a way, this type of intuition is like seeing the map of life, understanding not only where you are, but where you're going. It's an invaluable skill for anyone in leadership or creative fields, as it helps them anticipate changes and guide others effectively. How to develop intuition. These 4 types of intuition, sensing, thinking, feeling, and judging, each have their own strengths, and they allow us to interact with the world in ways that go beyond just logic or observation. But how can we develop these forms of intuition in our own lives? Now that we've explored Jung's 4 types of intuition, let's talk about practical ways to cultivate them. Carl Jung believed that intuition could be developed, and he proposed several techniques that allow us to tap into this inner wisdom. Here are a few methods he recommended. Active imagination. Active imagination is a technique Jung himself used and encouraged. It's a form of meditation where you let your mind wander, exploring images, thoughts, and scenarios as they arise. This technique helps you connect with your subconscious and allows your inner thoughts to come forward without judgment. Here's how you can try it. Set aside some quiet time, close your eyes, and let your mind visualize a scene or question that's on your mind. For example, if you're struggling with a decision, imagine yourself in a situation related to that choice. Then, let your mind explore that scene, paying attention to any images or emotions that arise. Engage with them as if they were real and see where your imagination takes you. You might be surprised by the insights that come up. This technique is particularly powerful for those who have a lot of internal dialogue or find themselves overthinking. It allows the subconscious to speak up, giving you insights that your conscious mind might not reach on its own. Dream interpretation. For Jung, dreams were a direct link to the unconscious mind, a kind of nighttime intuition where our minds process hidden thoughts and emotions. By analyzing our dreams, we can gain insights into our deepest fears, desires, and even intuitive knowledge. To start, keep a dream journal next to your bed and jot down any dreams as soon as you wake up, even if they seem random. Patterns often emerge over time. For example, recurring symbols or themes might hint at unresolved emotions or hidden desires that your conscious mind isn't aware of. Over time, this practice helps you become more familiar with your inner world, allowing intuition to surface naturally. Journaling. Journaling can be a powerful way to connect with your intuition. When you write freely without censoring or overthinking, Your subconscious mind has a chance to express itself. This process, called stream of consciousness writing, can lead to breakthroughs that might otherwise stay hidden. Try starting your journal session by writing about a problem you're facing, a decision you need to make, or even a feeling you can't quite understand. Write whatever comes to mind, even if it doesn't make immediate sense. Often you'll find that your intuition reveals itself through patterns or thoughts you didn't expect to come up. Meditation creates a mental space where intuition can surface without distraction. In moments of quiet stillness, you're more likely to hear the subtle, quiet voice of intuition that often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. To practice, set aside 10 to 15 minutes each day for a simple meditation session. Focus on your breath, letting go of any distracting thoughts, and simply observe what thoughts or feelings arise. Over time, you'll start to notice that your intuitive insights become clearer and more frequent. Developing intuition takes patience and practice, but the rewards are invaluable. Let's take a look at some of the specific benefits you might experience as you deepen your connection with your intuition. Cultivating intuition can truly transform your life, enhancing not only your self-awareness, but also your ability to create, solve problems, and make decisions. Here's a closer look at how these benefits play out. Increased creativity. When we're tuned into our intuition, we're able to access ideas and insights that go beyond logical thinking. This connection fuels creativity, allowing us to think outside the box and explore new possibilities. For example, some of the most innovative thinkers and artists in history, like Salvador Dali or Leonardo da Vinci, often credited their creative success to a deep, almost instinctual understanding that came from within. By tapping into their intuition, they could access ideas and visions that weren't immediately accessible to the conscious mind. It's the difference between creating something that's smart and creating something that's truly inspired. Improved. Problem-solving intuition often provides shortcuts to problem-solving that bypass the logical step-by-step approach. When we're faced with a challenging situation, our intuition can offer insights that point us directly to the root of the issue. Imagine you're working on a complex project at work, and without really knowing why, you suddenly feel drawn to a particular solution. This kind of intuitive leap can save you time and energy by helping you arrive at the answer faster. For example, think of a detective solving a case. While evidence and logic play a huge role, detectives also rely on gut feelings to piece together clues. Similarly, using your intuition allows you to jump to solutions in a way that would take much longer if you were just using pure logic. Enhanced decision-making. One of the biggest benefits of honing your intuition is improved decision-making. In life, we're often faced with decisions that don't have a clear right or wrong answer. Logic and analysis can only take us so far. At some point, we need to trust our inner judgment. When we develop our intuition, we're better equipped to make these kinds of decisions. We're able to weigh not only the facts, but also the subtle, intangible factors that logic might overlook, like how a decision aligns with our personal values or how it might impact our emotional well-being. Consider a major life decision, like choosing a career path. Many factors come into play, from financial security to personal fulfillment. While logical thinking helps evaluate each option's practical side, your intuition might gently guide you toward the path that truly resonates with your purpose, even if it doesn't seem the most logical at first glance. By learning to trust this inner wisdom, you're likely to make choices that lead to greater happiness and satisfaction in the long run. Greater self-awareness. Finally, using our intuition helps us gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. When we take time to listen to our inner thoughts and feelings, we begin to notice patterns that reveal our true desires, fears, and motivations. This self-awareness is invaluable because it helps us make choices that align with who we really are rather than who we think we're supposed to be. For instance, you might notice that your intuition often urges you to spend more time on creative pursuits like painting or writing, even if you've always thought of yourself as a practical person. By paying attention to these intuitive nudges, you begin to understand what brings you joy and fulfillment on a fundamental level. This insight leads to a life that feels more authentic and aligned with your true self. Developing your intuition has a huge range of benefits, but how do you know if you're naturally intuitive? There are some signs you can look for that might reveal if you're already in tune with this inner wisdom. Intuitive types often feel deeply connected to their inner world and have a certain sensitivity to the hidden layers of life. If you're wondering if you might be naturally intuitive, here are a few signs to watch out for. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. One of the first signs of an intuitive person is that they frequently tune into their own thoughts and feelings. If you're someone who's always reflecting on why you feel a certain way or contemplating deeper questions about life, this is a strong indicator of intuition. Intuitive people tend to feel things strongly and can sense emotions within themselves before others even realize what's happening. Imagine you're at a social gathering and something doesn't feel right. Perhaps you suddenly feel uneasy, even though there's no clear reason. The sensitivity to your inner emotions and reactions is a sign that you're in tune with your intuition. Observe your behavior. Another way to spot intuition is by looking at how you behave in everyday situations. Intuitive people often notice patterns and connections that others miss. They might have a strong sense of just knowing things, even when the evidence isn't clear. For example, you might avoid certain situations or people without knowing exactly why, only to find out later that it was the right call. This can show up in practical ways too. For instance, you might get a sudden urge to reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, only to find out they're going through a tough time. Or you might be drawn to certain hobbies or interests that turn out to be deeply meaningful. Observing these patterns in your behavior can reveal that your intuition is at work. Carl Jung believed that intuition was a vital part of our psychology, a way for us to connect with a realm beyond the visible, rational world. By understanding the 4 types of intuition, sensing, thinking, feeling, and judging, we can tap into different ways of knowing that go beyond our usual logical mind. Developing this intuition takes practice, but as we've discussed, there are many ways to do so through active imagination, dream interpretation, journaling, and meditation. And as you cultivate your intuition, you'll start to experience profound benefits like increased creativity, better problem-solving, improved decision-making, and greater self-awareness. So whether you're an intuitive type or just starting to explore this side of yourself, remember that intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And as you continue to listen to your inner wisdom, you'll find yourself living a life that feels truer to who you are, guided by a deep inner sense of purpose and understanding. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.